Morning, gang. It's Monday, the 5th of August, 2019. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. I'm actually quite busy. I'm still not fit. I've been so busy this weekend. Busy, and I haven't finished yet. It's going to be a short show today because I've completely forgotten I've got to go into London and come back out again and get back here before, like, a bar. I've got stuff to do here. I've got to go to London and back again. It's my twice yearly checkup at the hospital where I go and have something done, and they take a bit of blood today, and 2 weeks later I go back and they say, hopefully they say everything's all right, or you've got an hour left to live. You know, one of the two. I'm never quite sure. I'm never quite sure. So a little short show today, gang. Very, very busy this weekend, as I say. Yesterday, when it hot yesterday? Were you hot yesterday? I was ever so hot yesterday, especially in the church. See, I was playing yesterday. Just a few not too many mistakes yesterday, or at least I did. I didn't think there were too many anyway. You must remember, I'm not a professional organ player, right? I can't read music. I just listen and I play, and I think it was all right yesterday. I did a couple of videos, and if you want to have a look at those, you can find those on my Facebook, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK, unless you know where to look on the YouTube. Apparently, there's some way of advertising the organ playing channel on the United Kingdom Talk YouTube page, but I haven't worked out how to do it. I'll have to ask my brother-in-law. He'll be able to do all that business, show me how to do that. Yes, the organ is actually up and at the back. So I go up these stairs and I'm writing, and there was no one with me yesterday. My singers weren't there yet. I have had two singers, a lovely elderly couple. They are really, really nice. It's Anne and, I can't remember his name now, but they're a lovely couple. They weren't there yesterday, so I'm on my own up there. And I suppose I'm I must be about 10 foot above everyone else, but at the back, yeah? And it was so hot up there yesterday. Oh, my word. I must ask Father David to put in air conditioning before he leaves, I think. Something like that. So that went all right in there last night. It's never perfect. But the old man, you know the old man that complains it's too loud? He came up to me yesterday. He said, I want to shake your hand. Thank you for not playing so loud today. I thought, I don't know what planet he's on, because I found the red buttons on the organ which make it even louder. And let me tell you, at the end of it, the windows were shaking. So I don't know, really, but he enjoyed it. So that was nice. After that, I set off to go down to my mum and dad's grave. It was Mum's birthday last week, and I always go to the grave for her birthday. Unfortunately, I couldn't go this week because I was up north at the caravan, so I decided to go yesterday. Now, her favourite flowers are busy Lizzies. You know, little busy Lizzies? You get white ones, pink ones, and red ones generally. I've never seen any blue ones. Me and my mate, we went to Home Base on Saturday to pick some up. Oh, they really weren't in a very good state. They were £8 for 6. I thought that was a bit dear. On the other hand, we're late into the season now, aren't we, I suppose? So they've grown a bit more and had to be nurtured a bit more, that sort of thing. So perhaps that's why. But they weren't in a very good state. You know, some of them were broken. They didn't look like they'd been looked after well. And they're usually all right in Home Base with the plants. So I didn't buy any of those. I bought 2 geraniums in there, little ones like that, 75 pence each. But that was it. So I said to, actually, the old lady, she's the wife of the old man who always moans, is there a garden centre around here? She said, oh, yeah, there's one just a couple of minutes away. She said, it's a bit expensive in there. I said, that's all right, I just want some busy Lizzies. So I went in there, found this garden centre, which was literally like 3 minutes from the church. I didn't even know it existed. And it's one of those garden centres that sells everything. You know, they got a food section, they got birthday cards, furniture, but a lot of these garden centres, they sell everything now. Anyway, eventually I found the plants. And in there they had big trays of busy Lizzies. There were 6 in the tray. They had all sorts of other things, geraniums, begonias. But I bought 3 trays of busy Lizzies, and that come to 20 quid. I thought that was all right. Now, they were £10 each, or 3 for 10. Something, 3... Yeah, they were £10 each, or buy 2, get 1 free. So I got 3 of those. I got 2 lots of busy Lizzies and 1 lot of marigolds. Lovely big yellow colour. Got white ones and pink ones. I thought they'd do. Jumped in the car and started travelling towards the cemetery, which generally is about 50 minutes away, and not yesterday. Oh no. I mean, the traffic, dear. Oh, for God's... And it started there. It started as I left the garden centre, got back down to Bracknell, and it was queuing to get on the blooming motorway. Why? Because they've taken a lane out, dear. They've taken a lane out. Not a whole lane, just about 20 foot of a lane. And it's a dual carriageway goes down to the motorway, right? So they've taken 20 foot out of one lane. Of course, the traffic's busy on a Sunday, so it's all trying to get over into that one lane. Eventually you got past the bit that they closed. Nothing going on there. It's just a lane coned off from the traffic. There's nothing there. No one's left any tools there. It's just a bit of road. You know what? Are you allowed to actually move cones? Is that illegal? I don't know. If you see nothing going on, surely it would be sensible to move those bloody cones back. I mean, no one working there, no tools or equipment, literally just a row of cones that have been pulled out into the road to block off part, like 10, if it was 10 or 20, maybe 20 feet of a lane. So ridiculous. And then it was on the motorway. And then I had to go through Richmond. It was busy through Richmond. I thought, I'll be all right once I get in Richmond Park. Nope, closed. Richmond Park closed. So everything's trying to go through Ham and Petersham. Oh, Lord. Yeah, eventually I got there, and I wanted to go to Asda as well to get some cut flowers. So it's now round about 1:45, and that was heaving. The queues of traffic trying to get into Asda in Putney Vale was a nightmare. I thought, I'll leave the flowers. I've got enough plants. So eventually I got to the grave. It wasn't too bad, actually. There wasn't too many weeds in. I thought it was due for an earth change, you know, sometimes, because I've only ever done it once, the earth change. And the grave's been there coming on 19 years now. But actually, after I started digging up, there was just not too many weeds. I dug them up and I thought, no, I think the earth is all right for a bit longer, you know, which is good because I hadn't brought any with me. And I put the plants in, and white busy Lizzie, pink busy Lizzie, geraniums, pink busy, white busy, like that, you know. And down the middle some marigold. I was quite pleased, actually. One of the sometimes I do it better than at other times. It just depends what you got with you. And I was quite pleased with what I did. Give it a good watering. Absolutely soaked it. And I had a very small birthday cake with me as well. I always take a birthday cake down to celebrate Mum's birthday. She would have been 88 this year. And I sat on the edge. I forgot the knife. So literally, I got the birthday cake. Oh, hang on, I've got my pen. 1 minute. So I had a few chunks of birthday cake, and then the wasp started. Because it was quite a nice, as I say, it was very hot yesterday. The wasp started coming around. This wasp was coming around. I thought, oh, you have it. So I put it down on the where you'd normally put the flowers. You know that little flower vase thing in the middle of the graves? Put it down on the top there and just let the wasp have it. And there was one wasp, and it didn't buzz around me. It was more interested in the cake, and it settled at the cake and started munching away, right? And I watched this wasp as we're sitting there just saying a few prayers and talking to my mum and dad. I'm sure if you've got someone who's died very special in your life, you sit there talking to graves or walking around the house talking to them as well, don't you? Yeah, I do it as well. And eventually this wasp flew off, and it was gone about 2 minutes, and it came, I'm sure it was the same one, it came back with 2 of its mates who started munching. I thought, oh my, this isn't looking good. So I then very quickly, I stood up, said another couple of prayers and got back in the car and went, oh, they leave it to the wasps. They must go off and get their mates. Oh, come down here. Some silly old bastards bought a cake down and has left it there for us. Yeah, and more wasps came. They do. They go off and tell their mates. But not until the original wasp had its stomach full, because that sat there on its own for a while. And off it went buzzed off. Ooh, it quickly come over here. There's a cake down here. And then got back in the car and again joined the traffic to come back home again. And a quick glance at the sat-nav. I thought, yeah, that looks like it's taking me from its normal route, down its normal route. So I turned the sat-nav off. And I joined the A3. That was traffic there. And once it got onto the A3, it was flowing a bit better. I thought, lovely, you know. And then I carried on, and I thought, oh, that's a bit of a traffic trying to leave the A3 there. I wonder why they're going up there. And I fired up the sat nav. I'd now gone past the exit of the A3, and the sat nav was telling me to come off at that exit. I thought, oh no, that means there's traffic ahead. Yeah, it tried to take me off it, but of course I turned it off. So I carried on, and the queue trying to join the M25, which is the next one along, was enormous. And I could see on the sat-nav, the queue was also going round the M25. So we went on a little bit further, ended up at a place called Ripley, which is a nice place. Nice. You could see that was expensive. You know, all estate agents and posh people walking around with them posh prams. You know, not the ones that you get from, you know, mail order ones. You know, those silver ones that are all metal. Posh prams being pushed around, and they have a library and a post office, one of those sort of places. And that took me through Chobham. There was a little bit of traffic there, and I realised what had happened. It was some sort of bloody bike race. You know, one of those bike races where they close endless amounts of roads and the whole of London so that they can have a bike race on a Sunday and inconvenience the majority of the people. Why do they do that? I mean, if you want to have a bike race, have it at night. Why don't they have it at night? You know, midnight, something like that. That would be nice. Wouldn't inconvenience so many people. And that's why all these roads and parks were closed yesterday. Who was that? Oh, one of Boris's ideas. Wasn't that years ago? Or was it Ken? Red Ken. He's disappeared, hasn't he? Old Red Ken. Eventually, I just managed to get to Sainsbury's yesterday. When I got back, sort of got to Sainsbury's because I wanted to get something in there for dinner. Because my mate had invited me up, and that, so I rang up my mate. I said, I'm just going in Sainsbury's now. I'll drop my dinner off to you. He said, okay. So I did that. Went into Sainsbury's. It wasn't too bad in there yesterday. I got there 20 to 4, which is like 20 minutes before they were due to close. Rushed round there. Got back in the car. Bought myself a sandwich because I hadn't had any lunch. Only the cake. Only the cake. Bought myself a ploughman's, you know, roll. You know, one of those long rolls or something like that. And sat round his house, stroking his cats, watched a bit of telly, had a cup of tea, came back here, had a sleep, got up, went over, did I walk over to his house? Yeah, I walked over to his house last night. Walked over to his house and he did my dinner, which was like one of those roast things, you know, one of those vegetarian roast things. And he did lovely baked potatoes, actually, and loads of vegetables. Actually, it was an enormous meal. He puts it in a bloody bowl. What's all that about? He puts it in this bowl. You know, I thought to myself, I'm eating and eating, and I'm looking down. It's not going down. I think you would probably eat less if you. I don't understand that, putting things in bowls. Put it on a blooming plate. So you go to these posh restaurants and they give you your dinner on a tile. What's all that about? Giving you your dinner on a bit of slate or a piece of wood. Put it on a plate. These people, they try and be posh and clever, changing things all the time. Can we not have our dinners on plates, please? It was very, very nice dinner. And if that wasn't enough, it was then followed by, I think, apple and blackberry crumble or something like that with custard and ice cream on it. Oh, it was lovely. And we watched a couple of episodes of Pose, Series 2. Now, you can't see that in this country. You have to search for it on the internet. Whenever we want to watch one of those, I think we're up to Series 2 episode... I think the next one's going to be number 6. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we watched 4 and 5. The next one we're going to watch is number 6. But you have to search for that on the internet. Well, I've mentioned that before. There's a site called Put Lockers. Putlockers. And you have to search for it on there. And it takes you about 15 minutes to find the damn thing. It really does. Apparently, they have a premium service that you can sign up for. Now, I don't know anyone, perhaps maybe one or two of you have, I don't know. Has anyone signed up for one of those premium Putlocker services? And if so, is it then easier to find the programmes? Because you're awash with every time you click it, an advert plays and you have to go back and click it again. And it takes forever to find one of these programmes. It really does. And that was my day yesterday. And Saturday, as I say, was just as busy. Went to home base, had to pop into the bank, do a bit of shopping there. He wanted to do some shopping in Waitrose, my mate, Ronny. The trouble is, when he goes shopping, he has to stop and talk to everyone. You know, he goes in for one bag of crisps and it takes 3 hours to get... He has to talk to everyone. everyone as he walks around. So that was my day. How was yours? How was yours? And as I say, this morning, I mean, I could leave it till next week, but then that's right at the very end. You know, I build in time. So I've got appointment on the 20th. That's my, like, consultation appointment down at the hospital. I could go next Monday, but then I've only got a week. If I don't go next Monday, I've missed it. You see what I mean? So I always like to go an extra week before to give me time to, if something goes wrong, you never know. You know, I might finish a show, look at the traffic, and think, oh, it's just no point in going. You know, if it's like 3 hours to get there, I'd never get to work tonight. So that was my day. Very, very busy weekend it, and that's why we weren't here yesterday going. We don't always have a show on a Sunday. It just depends. If I'm playing the organ, probably not. If I'm not playing the organ, then maybe. But usually the show on a Sunday would be like at 9 o'clock in the morning. But on an organ day, I can't risk, you know, being late for anything. You know what I'm like. I don't like to be late. Let's read some messages. Good morning to Shania Steele. Good morning, Shania. All right, my darling. How was church for you yesterday? Went all right for me. Good morning, Michael Lawrence. Ray Reynolds is coming along to the karaoke tonight. Good morning, Ray. Tommy Flynn in the house. Good morning. Mike Reese-Ponto has finished in the garden. Good. Bat time as well. I was deleted on Saturday so he could do his garden. How rude. You know, garden more important than coming to watch my shows. Very rude indeed. Good morning, Mike. All right, darling. Morning to Paul, who's just getting up in sunny Birmingham. Well, they have that dreadful building known as Selfridges. Ghastly place. Morning to Diane Jeb. Good morning, Diane. Wellid. That's a nice name. Wellid. Good morning to Wellid Deli. Oh, God, Paul's going to the cricket this morning. £25 a ticket. Do you fancy coming? No, I don't. How boring. How can you sit there watching a few blokes dressed in white banging a ball at each other? What's all that about? And now you're going to know who's winning. It's just impossible to know who's winning at cricket. Very, very strange scoring system, dear. It's worse than trying to watch you work out who's winning the Eurovision Song Contest. Morning to Claire. Morning, Claire. Claire also got caught up in the A3 traffic yesterday. Came off at Ripley too. Big mistake. We live right where all the bikes come through near Box Hill. It's a nightmare every year. Yeah, I didn't know about it, Claire. I'll be honest with you. Had I have known that there was a big cycle ride yesterday, I probably wouldn't have got in the car and gone to the grave. I probably would have left it to next week. You know, but it was a big mistake. However, I think I probably missed the worst of it because 1 o'clock in the afternoon, most of it had got to London by then. And I didn't need to go right into London, just sort of around the outskirts. Putney Vale, which is, it's not as far as Putney. It's more, it's not even as far as, it's just before Roehampton if you're coming into London like that. It's a nice cemetery, quite quiet there. Paul watched the cycling on the telly. It looked like it was on all day. They did 100. Is it 100 miles? Gosh, what, on a bike? Oh, that's. I hope they got good suspension. Oh my God, I've got this second-hand bike at the caravan, which my nephew kindly sourced for me. I think it only cost about 25 quid or 30 quid on that, and I think twice I cycled to my sister's house on it, and it's a long cycle to my sister's. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half. It's much further because you know you've got in your mind that to drive to my sister's house is about 25 minutes. It can't be that far on the bike, and you get on this bike, and I have to say the cycle is lovely. It's lovely. You go down this road, and it's next to the river. It's not a busy road. It's a quiet road. Now and again, you get a tractor coming towards you, and you have to pull over onto the grass because it takes up the whole of the road. But it's a lovely cycle. But it's so long. And the other thing is that bike doesn't have any suspension. You never have a sore arse afterwards. It's like boom, going up and down like that. Oh, it's awful. Awful. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. Good morning. Michael Pullman in the house. Good morning, Paul. All right, Michael. Sorry, Michael. We've got our list of people that have been sharing the show. There's quite a few of you missing this morning. I noticed that. Where is everyone today? Have I come on at the wrong time or something, or is it not going on the right places? I don't know. But here is the list at the moment of people that are. What's that written at the bottom there? Oh, something I was looking at. There we are. That's who's winning at the moment. So the next prize is going to the person who shares the show on the most different places. Okay, so if you was to share the show on your own wall 10 times, that would only count as 1. If you will share it to your wall once, someone else's wall once, a group once, well, that would count as 3. So many different places. So the person who shares the show to the most different places in a month will win a prize. Oh, yeah. And at the moment, as you can see, Rachel is way in the lead, followed by Ellie. And there's the other ones. That's what I've got so far. If you're not on that list, please, and you've shared the show, then please let me know. Do not come up to me in the pub and say, can I have one of those prizes? Because when they arrive, I'm sure you will want one. You will want one. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. You've got to do something for it. We can't just go giving things out left, right and centre without anyone knowing, doing anything, dear. Where will it all end? They'll be queuing up at the blooming door. All right? Paul, you should do a video and go to the cricket. That would be funny. I'd be falling asleep. There would be no video, Paul. I'd be like this, you know, the cricket would be going as a little man starts running towards those wickets and throwing the ball. I'd be like, I mean, I suppose it's a good place to go if you want to fall asleep, I suppose. Isn't it? Something like that. By the way, there's probably no show tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that the people are going to come and do my heating come air conditioning in the caravan tomorrow. So fingers crossed with that, all right? Claire says, it's a wonder I didn't see you. It was around 1 p.m. when I was there. What, in Ripley? Oh, no. So I left Bracknell and I went down the M3. That would be around about 1:45 in the afternoon. So that's the way I went in. And then I went M3... Richmond. I was going to go through the park, but of course that was closed. So Richmond, Ham, Petersham, and then up Kingston Hill and down the other side. And that's where that, of course, joins the A3. And then onwards and left off at Asda and then around to the Putney Vale Cemetery. Coming home, that was down the A3. I went past the M25 because that was a queuing nightmare on there. Past the M25 and then off to go through Ripley. Do I go for Ockenden? I can't remember that. Ockenden? Can't remember. So through Ripley, which is a lovely little place. Oh, that is nice there. Ripley. Let me think. Woking, Chobham, and then back, which actually wasn't too bad. Chobham's a nice place. I bet you've been there, haven't you, Claire? Chobham. There's some nice little eating pubs there. Really, really nice place. Lovely old church you can go in. And is there a clock tower? I think there's a clock tower there as well. I can't remember. Lycra clad idiots everywhere. Oh, they all like their Lycra, don't they? Why? Why did I do that? Claire says the roads of Surrey have never been the same since cycling at the Olympics. Oh, it's terrible. Just terrible. Absolutely awful. As I say, I can't be here too long today, boys and girls. Some news stories I've got this morning. Let me see if this rings true for you, boys and girls. You ready? Man enraged by sound of chewing. What are you like? You know, when you're going out to someone's dinner, I must admit, I tend to be a bit of a noisy eater. You know, are you like that? I hope you're not. No, dreadful noise, dear. Anyway, a man who flies into a rage. He's outraged at the sound of chewing, hasn't been able to speak to his family for 4 years due to his rare condition. This is in the Daily Mirror this morning. Daryl Murphy is 41, suffers with a mental disorder which causes certain noises to trigger heightened emotional responses, including rage, panic, and the need to flee. I think a lot of people have got that this morning, judging from the amount of people watching this programme. The graphic design company production manager has lived with the condition, also known as selective sound sensitivity syndrome, for as long as he can remember, but thought he was just crazy for many years. Are you crazy? I'm quite crazy. You know that, don't you? We are crazy people together. Miss Phonia, it's called, Miss Phonia, has left him unable to see relatives due to their throat clearing, walk out on dates with noisy eaters, and come close to attacking co-workers who click their pens. Oh, I haven't got a pen clicker. Look, no. Oh, here's does that annoy you? Hang on, let's see. Let's see how many people fly into a rage. I suppose if you're sitting in an office and that's all you're hearing all day, I suppose that would annoy you, wouldn't it? Would that annoy you? But against the odds, he's managed to have a relationship with a co-worker, Kurt, for the last 2 years, after warning him in advance about his extreme reactions to sounds. Darren is from San Diego in the States. I thought I was crazy for many years. Little noises would make me just fly into a rage. People don't understand it and can't explain it. It's affected relationships, especially people I've been dating and family members, because you take it out on the people closest to you because you think they should understand. Are you a noisy eater? Do you eat do you eat noisily? What noises do you do that you think upset people? I mean, anything like that? Any noises like that do you do? What noises do you do that upset people? He says, I'm not an aggressive person. Noises just anger me. I've had to walk out on dates if they are chewing really loudly. My face gives it away. I pull a look of disgust that I can't hide. Do you do that? Do you ever pull a look of disgust on people? Do you? Mike says it's called mastication, chewing. No, it's not mastication, dear. Oh, so you mean chewing, not the other word I said. There was another word I said that wasn't the chewing. That wasn't necessarily the chewing. That was all noises. What's that word I said? Hang on a minute. Misphonia. Misphonia, a mental disorder which causes certain noises. So mastication is the chewing, isn't it? Oh, it's dreadful. That's a horrible word, isn't it? Don't you think so? There are certain words that have a really nasty ring to them. Mastication is one of them. Abortion. Don't you think that's one of the most horrible words ever? It just sounds horrible. Mastication, abortion. Any other words like that? That you think have got a nasty ring to them? Put them up there and let's see. Let's have a look. Most people say they understand, but his boyfriend just had to look at his face to know when a noise is getting to me. Oh, well, we won't be going out to dinner with you then, will we? Claire says it's lovely round there. Ripley, Chobham, all picturesque villages and very expensive to live there. Claire, I would imagine. Let's just do a test, Claire. Hang on, let's type right move. Right, I'll type in. Do you know right move, the estate? You can find out how much things are, how much houses are. Chobham, right? Chobham, Woking, Surrey, for sale. What shall I put? 500,000. Let's put 500. This would do within 1 mile. Price range, no minimum, up to 500,000. I bet it finds nothing. Yeah, hang on a minute. 500,000. Let's have a look. Oh, one place. Cheapest place? Wow. Cheapest place, 390,000. Oh, that'll buy you a 3-bedroomed house in Knapp Hill, Woking. A lovely 3-bedroom semi-detached house. Let's have a quick look. It's so expensive to live there. There's 5 pictures. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, hang on. No, it's a house amongst lots of others. That's the cheapest house. All the others are 500,000 houses. And they look very similar to the one I've got. But this isn't worth it. I wouldn't get 500 for this. Wow, look at these places. Ottershaw, 3-bedroom bungalow, 500. Offers over. Offers in excess of. Offers in the region of. 500,000. That's the cheapest one. Sorry, 390. That's got to have stuff working to do it. Oh, it's just been reduced. Just been reduced. What was the other place? Ripley. Let's try Ripley. Ripley. 500. £500,000, dear. Ripley, Woking, Surrey. There we are. Let's do... oh, hang on. Why won't that work? Find property. Okay, this we'll do within 1 mile again. Does that work? Ripley. Oh, hang on. No, there's one for 365, but that looks a bit small. Terraced 2-bedroom home. It says a starter home. How many young people have got £500,000 to spend on a house? Ridiculous. And then it's got a 3-bedroom detached. That's quite nice. Yeah, so 500,000. If you want to live those sort of areas, you need about 500 grand. Anyone? Anyone? Cash buyers? Anyone? We got any cash buyers there? If we have any cash buyers, watching today, I will want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. Thank you. Michael says you missed Brighton on Saturday. You should have gone. No, thank you. No, all those people running around, the traffic getting there, the traffic getting back. No, I don't want it, mate. I don't want it. We had people in the pub. There was only a couple of people in the pub who had actually, it was the artist. She'd come from Brighton. She said the traffic was a nightmare getting out of there. Don't want it, mate. Don't need to do all that. Don't do that. Adrian's got the cash. Adrian's going to buy it, aren't you, Adrian? He said he has to say dramas with no name. Put on a good show. No, what was the name? It wasn't Drag with No Name. Who was it? I can't remember who our show was on Saturday, actually. Yeah, that was Saturday night, wasn't it? And one more little story here before I've got to go, because I'd like to get that done today. Is McDonald's. Who goes to McDonald's? No, me neither. Neither. Good morning to Too Much. Good morning to you. It's a short show today. I'm nearly finished, I'm afraid. McDonald's new eco-friendly paper straws cannot be recycled. Now, I thought, well, it's paper, isn't it? You just chuck it away and it disintegrates. Well, it says in the Sun this morning, plastic ones that were axed in all UK branches as part of a green drive, even though the fast food giant has said they were 100% recyclable. That's the plastic ones. You could recycle them, but not the paper ones. Don't get it. Don't get it. Who hates paper straws? Hello? I absolutely hate them. They disintegrate while you're trying to drink out of them, don't they? There must be something in between paper and plastic that they haven't invented yet. Good morning, Joanna. Very late today. Everyone's coming in now. Very late this morning. The Sun can reveal an internal McDonald's memo admits the new paper straws, hated by customers, are not actually recyclable and must be binned and burned. McDonald's decision to swap recyclable plastic straws for eco-friendly paper versions, which can't be recycled, was totally branded a silly stunt. An insider said when McDonald's introduced paper straws, it was getting pats on the back, but it seems like it was a stunt to appease the green campaigners because the things go straight in the rubbish bin. Waste of time. They don't work. So there we are. There are a couple of little news stories for you today. I've got to do today's birthdays. As I say, sorry, gang, I must dash out and get my things done today. Otherwise, it's just, I might miss it next Monday, you see, and I can't have that. Mark. Good morning, Mark Anthony Dow. A big happy birthday to you this morning. Mark Anthony Dow, good morning. Happy birthday to you on this Monday, the 5th of August, 2019. Darren Bridget. Good morning, Darren. Happy birthday to you today. The lovely Skye. Skye Ryan. Good morning. Happy birthday to Skye. And Jeremy Kramer's birthday as well on this Monday, the 5th of August, 2019. Yesterday's birthdays, as we weren't here on Sunday, are my very, very good friend from my childhood days, Alan Campbell's birthday yesterday, 56. Same age as me. Happy birthday for yesterday, Alan. Sorry we missed it yesterday due to no show. Julie Mason yesterday was 41. Callum Roberts, 35. Samantha McDermott, 33. Rocco Ross, his birthday yesterday. Christopher Sanderson, 61 yesterday. Mr. Michael Topping, good morning. I had the pleasure of working with many, many times. Happy birthday for yesterday. Karen Kodish, she does photographs. Good morning, Karen, for yesterday. Nadia, I haven't seen you for ages. Nadia Singh-Ral, morning. Happy birthday for yesterday. And young Christopher Lloyd's birthday as well on Sunday. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Good morning, Linda. Bit too late, darling. Nearly finished now, love. It's a short show today. Sorry, Linda. All right, babes. Mike, gross sounding words, mucus, phlegm, orifice, moist, secrete, and fester. And Adrian says you can buy stainless steel straws. Very usable in the clean, handy pack. Very, very clean. Very clean. Tonight, if you're in London, North London, I'll be hosting karaoke at Central Station from 7:30. Come and join us today. Either sing a song or come and see our wonderful singers singing songs. Up to you, my darlings. Karaoke tonight at Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross from 7:30. Have a lovely... Oh, hang on a minute. Just a minute. Not ready yet. Not ready. Thank you. Want to say goodbye? Have a lovely day, gang. Don't forget, if you share the show on your walls, you could win a prize. Have a lovely Monday. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Hopefully see you at sometime tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night rather than tomorrow morning, all right? Cheerio now.